A destructive eruption for 3.5 hours yesterday. Absolute hell rained down on the island of Tagulandang in Indonesia. The falling debris consisted primarily of still hot ash, but also lapilli, volcanic bombs up to 10 centimeters diameter and even occasional lava bombs. One of these lava bombs was hurled 6 kilometers or 3.73 miles from the Ruang Volcano's summit, which sadly landed on an abandoned house that was evacuated more than 12 hours earlier. As a result, the house largely burned down. Ash from ash plume, the second most powerful explosive eruption of the 21st century, even reached sections of northern Sulawesi, as you can see in this satellite image, causing it to appear like twilight despite the fact it was 8 a.m. and the sun had risen 2.5 hours earlier. At the city of Manado, the provincial capital of North Sulawesi, ash seemingly accumulated to between 3 and 5 millimeters thick. The status of the several hundred homes on Ruang Island is not known, as despite largely surviving the first Plinian eruption on April 17, I sadly have to say that although I cannot confirm this, they have probably all been destroyed. A total of more than 350 structures received some form of damage, with ash piling up thick enough to even collapse some roof sections. All of this occurred when Ruang's 3 million cubic meter andesite lava dome catastrophically exploded around 1:57 a.m. local time on April 30, sending a plume of ash to a height of 25 kilometers or 82,000 feet. The reason the mushroom-shaped cloud is called the Plinian eruption is it was named after Pliny the Younger, who described the shape of Vesuvius's 79 CE eruption plume as similar to the shape of a stone pine tree, seen here for comparison. Plinian eruptions involve sustained hours-long eruption plumes which reach above 20 kilometers in height, with this latest Plinian eruption lasting for 210 minutes in comparison to the smaller April 17 Plinian eruption which only lasted for 130 minutes. After that phase ended at 5:27 a.m., pressure built up and was released again at 8:35 a.m. local time, resulting in a powerful Volcanian eruption. This sent a plume of ash to a height of 16 kilometers or 52,493 feet, but despite being an order of magnitude less powerful than the prior explosion, it produced longer-reaching and more voluminous pyroclastic flows. When these entered the Pacific Ocean, they displayed water and created a tsunami. This tsunami is generated immediately resulted in a tsunami warning being issued for the west coast of Tagulandang Island, but thankfully when the wave reached the island it only had an insignificant and non-damaging height of 26 centimeters or 8.23 inches. So, how large was yesterday's overall eruption? While it appears that the 13-minute-long Volcanian explosion ejected 0.06 cubic kilometers of tephra and the April 17 Plinian eruption ejected 0.4 cubic kilometers of tephra, the Plinian eruption on April 30 seemingly ejected 0.94 cubic kilometers of tephra. That means if we combine larger than St. Helens the three, we get a total bulk tephra figure of 1.4 cubic kilometers, suggesting that this eruption was not only likely a low-end VEI-5 eruption, but it actually produced more tephra than the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens did. Despite all of the damage which occurred, and reports of injuries which I have been unable to verify, there appears to have been thankfully no deaths once again. Not only did the locals listen to PVMBG, which put out timely warnings along with other scientists, but allegedly the Indonesian military also helped people evacuate as they were originally there to pass out food and other supplies as part of disaster relief work.